This video is not gonna have a script because it's like 9 o'clock or something and I don't feel like doing anything. So I'm doing this. Not that I don't love you, because I do. It's just that I have like all this stuff to do that I don't want to do. And like, I'm a terrible, terrible procrastinator. So if there's one thing on my to-do list that I do not want to do, I will avoid doing like everything else until I do that thing that I have to do, and then I'll do everything else. It's bad, and I don't know if I'm ever going to unprocrastinate, habitize. Those are not words. Hello. I am wearing this hat. I'm wearing this hat because I'm having a terrible, terrible hair day. The way that the acoustics are right now, I like can't hear myself because I'm basically talking into my printer, which is right here, and the sound is like reflecting like back like up here, and I just have no idea what's going on. Literally nothing happened to me this week, and I hate when people use literally the wrong way. I'm not using it the wrong way. Nothing happened to me this week. Except for reading books, obviously, because that's all I ever do, apparently. So what have I been reading? Gone Girl. And then I just read Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight. That's a mouthful. However, it was a cute book. You got this book for me, I think, for this past Christmas. And it's gonna sound really bad, but you've gotten me a few books over the past few like Christmas/birthdays, and I like haven't read them until now. Not intentionally, they just like sitting there. So I read the book with the really long name that's I'm not gonna try to say again. It was cute. It was one of those books that like you need to read every once in a while because it was not really realistic, but realistic enough that, you know, it could happen. And that's the whole point of the book, is like the fate and things like this don't normally happen, but by the end, like, the whole book takes place over like a 24-hour time span, the entire book. I wasn't sure how it was gonna go, but it starts off in an airport, and I hate airports, so I'm like, oh great, it's just going to be a terrible, disastrous airport story, which it ended up starting out that way. But by the end, you want them to be together, and you want them to find each other again, and so it's one of those hard, happy, I need to read one of these books every once in a while. I would recommend it, I would read it. It's not, you know, it's your basic YA, this'll take a day or two for me to read kind of thing, but it was a good quote-unquote beach read, even though there's no beach. No, there's no. Gone Girl we kind of discussed already, but sometimes I don't like finishing a book and feeling as unsettled as I did when I finished that. But it was still amazing, and like I said last week, it took a little while to get into it, but it was great. I have no idea what's going on this entire time, but I am okay with that. Now I'm reading another book that you got me either for Christmas or a birthday in the past few years, and you wrote a little note in the kind of like the front of it. It's like a few pages in, and you might not remember writing it, so I'm not going to tell you what it says until I read the book, because it almost made me cry. So I want to see how the book relates to what your little note said before I talk about that again. Tell the Wolves I'm Home. This is going to be one of those books that I cannot put down. Within a page, I was hooked. I'm already almost on page 50 and I started it this afternoon. I am going to finish uploading this video and go back to reading it because it is amazing and so sad and captivating, and I just cannot wait. It's gonna be one of those, every once in a while I'll read a book that is just amazing and I can't stop reading it. This is gonna be one of those, and I love that. So thank you for getting it for me. You might not even remember. I don't even know if you've read it, but it's amazing. So that's all I'm really gonna talk about because I do need to go do some stuff, like edit 20 articles. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Literally 20 or maybe even more articles before the end of tomorrow. Oh my gosh, what is this procrastinating? It really needs to stop. So that's all. Probably this week I will continue to read and only read, and that's it. So BGFFA, I'll have another book update for you next week. Bye!